I've been audited 3 times, and so I always tell people when they have tax strategies, I always say, well, that's great, have you been audited? And they're like, no. I say, well, then it means nothing. Nobody looks at your taxes until you get audited. Yeah. Nobody even looks at them. Everybody's like, I've been deducting my cat as an employee for 27 years. I'm like, well, that's great, have you been audited? No. Well, then it means nothing. When you get audited, we decide if it means anything, right? Until you get audited, people don't understand this. Nobody looks at your return until you get audited. So whenever somebody tells me they're doing some tax strategy, the first thing I ask them is, have you been audited? And they're like, no. I said, well, then you can keep it. It means nothing to me. Nothing at all. Okay. So I can't say that this, I'll tell you exactly what the auditor told me. So I've been audited 3 times, and the auditor, he books me as rent. So I got everything booked as rent. I still depreciate. They still treat it like rent. But, and this is the caveat to what he said, there's 8, Hampton Roads, we have 2.5 million population. There's 8, at least at this time, this was years ago, 6, 7 years ago, there was 8 auditors for all of Hampton Roads. So 2.5 million people, there was 8 auditors. Well, he told me exactly that. He said, Scott, there's 8 auditors in Hampton Roads. If all 8 of us audited you, we would have 8 different answers. He said, and these were his words, he said, there is more tax code than any one of us can read in our entire lifetimes, so it's our job to interpret it to the best of our ability. Which is ridiculous, in my opinion, that any code can be that way, but that is the way he told it to me. Basically, what he was saying is, this is what I think, but if you get audited next week, they may give you a completely different answer.
That's crazy.